got a good grade, right?
No, only if you want me to redo it, like regrade it. Yeah. Yes. All right, so I'm not going to do all of these just because I feel like y'all are good on some of them. Would you like to tell me which ones you want me to go over? Anybody need me? Are we okay on 1 and 2? Are we good on those? Okay. What about 3? Do I need to go over 3A or B? Would y'all like me to go over one of these? Yeah? Okay, I saw some yeses. So I'm going to go over B just because I think perpendicular is harder than parallel. What does parallel mean? Same slope. So anytime you see parallel, I want you to write same slope. Go sit down, please. And then whenever we see perpendicular, what are we going to write? Flip and switch, or opposite reciprocal, either one, or switch and flip, either. Now, you cannot look at these equations and know the slope just by looking at them. Why? They're in standard form. Standard form does not tell me my slope. What am I going to have to do? Get it into slope-intercept form to get y by itself. How do I do that? Get rid of your x, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. Y'all good with that? Don't forget to bring down that negative in front of the 15. And then how do I get y by itself? Bless you. Divide it by negative 15. What is a negative divided by a negative? And 4 over 15 doesn't divide pretty, so I'm just going to leave it 4 over 15x. What is 30 divided by negative 15? And by the way, negative 2. Can y'all look up real quick? The baby calculators, there's a learning curve, and I didn't realize it was doing this, but look up. A lot of y'all were doing 30 divided by negative 15. And it's giving you 15. Is that right? You know it's not right, but your calculator told you that, so you wrote it down. So, this is a minus sign. So when you do 30 divided by, and you think you're doing negative 15, what happens is the calculator says, oh, you don't want to divide, you did that on accident. You really meant a minus. And it subtracts them. So the calculator actually isn't dividing them. So I need everybody to look up. Look up at my board. You see this plus or minus right here. That is what you need to push to make it a negative. So watch. If you do 30 divided by, and then you do 15 and hit that, it'll make it a negative 15. Then it'll give you the right answer. So I hadn't realized y'all were not using the baby calculators right, and that was messing some of y'all up. The other day I had somebody tell me, it was something like 3 times negative 3. I think it was negative 3 times negative 3. And I was like, what's 3 times 3? And they were like, 9. I'm like, why did you write 6? And they're like, I kept thinking it was 9, and then I did it in the calculator, and it kept giving me 6, and so I did what the calculator told me. It's because the calculator was doing negative 3 times negative 3, and it wasn't understanding what the person was typing. So just know the negatives are a little wonky. You need to do negative 3 times and do it negative, and then it'll give you the right answer. So this plus or minus, that's where the negative is. Okay? All right. Are we done? No, why not? I have to flip and switch the slope. What is negative 4 divided by 15 flipped and switched? Oh, why did I put negative? That is not a negative. We said that was a positive. Right? A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So what is this going to become if it's positive 4 over 15? Negative 15 over 4 is my final answer. Okay? Number 6. Can I slide on over to 6? A horizontal line. What word goes with horizontal lines? Hoy. And what do we know about hoy? Y equals, what's my y here? So your answer is just y equals 4. Write that down. A vertical line. What word goes with vertical? Vux. Vux is x equals, what does my x equal here? -5. A line parallel to the line y equals -10. Well, y equals -10 is what type of line? A straight, all lines are straight. Give me more specific. Horizontal line. It's a straight horizontal line. What type of line would be parallel to that? Another straight horizontal line. So y equals, give me any number. 2, 5, -9, -8, 10, 15. Any number. It just needs to be y equals. A perpendicular line to x equals 13. Do y'all agree x equals 13 is a vertical line? So what kind of line would be perpendicular to that? A horizontal line. And what do horizontal lines start with? Y equals any number. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could do y equals 13. It doesn't matter. Any number. Unless it's like the quiz. On the quiz, I told you I wanted a perpendicular line that goes through this point. Now you have to do x equals whatever the x is. Does that make sense? So just be careful. All right, yes.
So for the parallel line, every time it asks for a parallel line, so it's going to be horizontal?
No, it's going to be, it depends on what type of line it gave you. So right here it gave you a horizontal line, so my parallel would be horizontal. If it gave me x equals 10, then your parallel line would also be x equals. So it depends on what I give you. That make sense? Okay. All right, on the back, number 7. It wants me to determine the x and y intercept. How do I determine the x and the y intercept? You cover it. If I cover this, what am I left with? 4y equals -12. How do I find the y? Divide it by 4, and what is my y? Don't just write -3 as your answer. Give me a point. The y-intercept would be 0, -3. Xavier, make sure you're checking your answers as you're doing that. For my x-intercept, what am I going to do? Cover the y. What do I get? Equals -12, which gives me x equals 4. But my answer is not just 4. What's it going to be? 40. Tomorrow, if you can remind me, I will give you a protractor so you have a straight edge to draw the straight lines on, since I want your badges down. Okay. Number 8, I only have 5 minutes, so I'm not going to do all of these. I'm going to focus more on a question like, let's do G. Write the equation of a line through this point in standard form. What am I going to do first? Find slope. I have to do slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Do y'all agree that gives me 6 over 16? And do you also agree I can divide both of those by 2 to get 3 over 8? Now what? Put it into point slope form. Which point do I use? It honestly does not matter. You can use whichever one you want. I am going to use the first one, but you can use either one. Okay? So I'm going to do y minus 0 equals 3/8 x plus 8. what form do I want this in? Standard form. What is 3/8 times 8? What's 3 times 8? Divided by 8? 3. Let me do that again. Look up. What is 3 times 8? Divided by 8? That's how I got 3. You can also just cross out the 8s and you get 3. Exactly. Okay. Standard form. Standard form means no fractions. So what do I need to do to get rid of these fractions? Multiply everything by 8. I want to get x and y together. So that's going to give me negative 3x plus 8y is 24. Why is this not acceptable? So what am I going to do to get rid of this negative x? Change all of the signs. I'm going to finish this video doing E and F in just a minute. Let me pause it real quick. Okay. I'm just going to do all of 8 for y'all real quick. So a line with this slope and a point, you're just plugging this into point slope form. So y, and remember you always do the opposite, equals 3/4 x plus 2, because you do the opposite. That's your answer. For the next one,
so I brought the water bottle.
did somebody tell you, you're Thomas, right?
Yeah.
Did somebody tell you that your computer is ready?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Sorry. Next, a line perpendicular to y equals negative 3/5 x plus 2, and it has that point in point slope form. So remember, perpendicular, you need to flip and switch. So we are going to flip that to 5/3, and we have our point. Just plug it in. You are going to do the opposite, so it's negative 3, so you put positive 3. 5/3x, it's negative 1, so you put positive 1. A line parallel, parallel means same slope, so we're doing the same number, and it has that one in slope-intercept form. So we are going to do, I still have a point and a slope, so I am going to plug in and then now I have to solve, because slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to distribute, and I'm going to get y minus 1 equals 4x plus 16, and I'm going to add 1. A line that is passing through 2 points in standard form. This is a lot like what we did on G. So I need to find the slope first. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 gives me negative 7 over negative 1, which is positive 7. It does not matter which point you choose. I'm just going to choose this one. You could choose the other one to do point slope form. So my y minus 3 equals 7x plus 1. And we want standard form. So no fractions. Good, we have no fractions. And x and y on the same side. So y minus 3 equals 7x plus 7. And I'm going to move this 3 to the other side and move this 7 to the other side. So I get negative 7x plus y equals 10. But you cannot have a negative x, so just switch your sign. All right. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line perpendicular, and it does not give me this in slope-intercept form. So in order to find the perpendicular line, I need to solve it. And then divide. But remember, this is not my answer. I want the perpendicular. So I am going to flip and switch anytime I see perpendicular. You do the opposite reciprocal. So my new slope is going to be positive 2 over 3. And it gave me a point. So I am going to use that point in point slope form. They want slope intercept, so I just need to get y by itself. So I'm going to multiply that, and I'm going to get y minus 4 equals 2/3 x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, divided by 3 is negative 2. Get y by itself, and I get y equals 2/3 x plus 2. And last one, write the equation of the line through these 2 points in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to do slope formula again. I have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which leaves me 1/6. And I'm going to plug it. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to plug it into that one. Distribute, and we get 1 over 6x. And what is 1 times negative 3 divided by 6? So if you do this in your baby calculator, just be aware, divided by 6, it'll give you a decimal. We do not want any decimals on any of the tests. No decimals. So you're going to need to turn that into a fraction. If you write negative 3/6, that's fine, but just know negative 3/6 is negative 1/2. Now I want slope-intercept form, so I want to get y by itself. So that's going to give me y equals 1/6 x. And then I need to do negative 1/2 plus 5. If you're adding or subtracting, you need a common denominator. So they both need to be over 2. What's going to go up top? Multiply these. What's 2 times 5? 10. And what is negative 1 plus 10? 9 over 2. And that's your answer. Make sure you look at your notes again, and if you look at your notes and you do this review, you should be good for tomorrow. Good luck.